You damn player haters never wanna see me blow. Flamboyant entertainment, CEO. Yo, the spotlight is mine, it ain't his no more. When Lee come home, niggas can't.
What y'all watching? With this blanket, I got a blanket on my chair because it's a little chilly today. Actually, it's been chilly the last couple of days, so I just brought my chair out. Brought my blanket out. What we got on the tube today? What's going on, y'all? I'm Aquarian OG, and you are chilling with me. And we got a little bit of HBO going on up in here. Can we get some HBO? Some help a brother out? That means subscribe to the channel, like the channel. And, you know, I'm gonna do different stuff. So it's not just a reaction channel. It's come watch some stuff with me channel. So if I'm watching something that you would probably watch, let's watch it together. What you watching? All right, let's get up in here. We got 10 times dangerous wild animals were on the loose. Sounds like a good one. We gonna get on up in here. Like I said, like and subscribe to the channel and the video. Help a brother out, a little bit of HBO. And get kind of wrapped up in my blanket versus my cord for the charger. Let's get this show on the road. You can also find, I almost forgot, you can find me on Twitch too. I go live on Twitch. The Aquarian OG. Aquarian OG. And that's with an N, not an M. N-A, as a Negro. Not as an M, as in Martha. I'm just playing. But yeah, follow me on Twitch, The Aquarian OG. I be on there gaming and painting. We be over here doing our thing over here, gaming and painting. I got Brush Hare Studio, which is also for just painting and building like terrain and stuff. We do some Gundam. But yeah, enough of that. Let's see what these animals is up to.
Number 10, escaped rhinoceros. The Kansas City Zoo is home to
starting
many
off with
animals,
a good one.
but some that they are most proud of are their rhinos. They are working hard to keep subspecies of rhinos from going extinct, but in 2018, one of their
The
four
white
eastern
rhino
black rhinos, Imara,
that was extinct?
got into a bit of trouble when she escaped her enclosure and nearly went on a homicidal rampage. Upon the rhino's escape,
Homicidal.
the zoo panicked and issued a warning that all the guests needed to take immediate shelter. Luckily, the rhino didn't actually make it out into any public areas. Still, she got away from the zookeeper, ended up in the
That's a minor one, that's 10.
and was threatening to burst through the walls. The zoo didn't come out and say exactly how she escaped. The spokesman for the zoo, Josh Hollingsworth, simply said it was pretty rare for something like this to happen.
He's speaking for the zoo with a loose eagle on his arm. What?
After an initial panic, the rhino was coerced back into her enclosure. Luckily, in this case, no people
Probably with some food.
were hurt, but the alert was code red because these cases are very unpredictable and no one wants anything bad to happen to an endangered species.
Rhinos weigh what, a couple tons? Few tons? What, like, what's a ton, like 2,000, 2,500, something like that? Rhinos is like heavy as hell. You don't want a rhino charging at you. That big horn. You think a bull is bad? Ooh-wee. Rhinos have bad eyesight too.
What happened in 1996 when a rare rhino broke out of its enclosure. The 3.5-ton female that had been at a privately owned zoo for only
3.5
weeks broke through a welded pipe fence after fighting with a male rhino, said the zoo's curator, Ron Klein. The rhino was seen crossing a highway, and the police were worried she could cause an accident and even kill someone. They surrounded the rhino and chased her back across the highway to the zoo parking lot. They surrounded her again, but this time she felt cornered and charged towards one of the men, who ended up shooting her. Number 9, mauled by a bear. A woman from California was on a camping trip when she had a very grim encounter with a wild grizzly bear. By encounter,
why in the hell do people go out into the wilderness knowing there's grizzlies unarmed? Why are you not armed? If you go out there with wildcats and grizzlies, your ass ain't armed, you just food. You just food or something for it to bat around. Don't go out in these woods with all these battle cats and wild grizzly bears and y'all ain't, man, y'all better get you a weapon before you go out in them damn, come on people. And all that hiking, let's not even get into that.
The grizzly bear broke into her tent, dragged her out of it.
Of course it
and
did.
Mauled her to death, turning the
Probably
camping
had
trip
food.
into a horror story. The terrifying incident happened when Leah Loken, 65, from Chico, went on a cycling and camping trip in Montana. It was supposed to be a nice, ordinary trip full of great views and relaxing nights camping.
Even the deer is extra large in Montana. Why ain't you got no weapon?
Under the stars. Leah was with
Under the stars, my ass.
Town of Ovando, camped in the wilderness
Grizzlies.
when the bear attacked. Even after it crashed through her tent and dragged her outside, the other campers tried to fight the rampaging beast off. They screamed and sprayed the animal with bear spray, and it...
You out in the woods trying to see the stars, right? Nothing wrong with that. You in Montana, out in the just wilderness just somewhere. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But your best defense, you knew that there was bears there. If you had bear spray, if they provide bear spray, you should probably have a bear bullet. Your best weapon was some damn spray. The equivalent of mace, depending on how hungry the bear is. Apparently, the bear did not care. No rhyme intended. That little bitty punk ass spray ain't doing nothing to no hungry grizzly. That's just pepper on his food. The hell? All these guns in America and you got spray?
Eventually let Leah go, but by then the damage was already done. The
No
poor
shit.
woman had been ripped to shreds. According to the Powell
The bear
County
was
Sheriff's
done.
Office, the bear was attracted to their campsite because it smelled food. It
They-
had actually been
they-
driven off once already.
I called it food. You know bears can smell shit hella far. They're like land sharks. They're just made to eat. Look at him. He just look heavy because he eat. He eat good. That ain't right there. That ain't just berries. That ain't nuts and berries right there. That's a bear that ate some other stuff along the way. His face kind of looked kind of ratty too, but that's normal for bears.
But it came back for revenge, and that was when the devastating attack occurred. Oddly enough, there had been an incident with a grizzly bear in the area 3 days prior raiding a local chicken coop. Officers believe it was the same bear responsible
probably
for
the
the
same
violent
one.
assault. As of right now, there has been no word on the whereabouts of the bear. If you're out camping in Montana, you should be aware that there is a huge, hungry, and very angry grizzly on the loose with a taste
You should be aware that there's a few of them.
for revenge. Number 8. Killer crocodile. In East Africa, reports have been coming in of the most terrifying crocodile in human history. According
He bite the whole torso off your body. Gone.
to rumors, this killer croc has
Sculpt.
killed and eaten at least 300 people, and
Damn! This dude ate 300 people. They say once an animal gets a taste for humans, it keeps a taste for humans.
is still
We're like a
believed to be on
craving
the
to those
loose.
that know.
The croc goes by the name Gustav, and it's been blamed for hundreds of
snap.
deaths in the African country of Burundi. The locals say this crocodile weighs over
I've
a
actually
ton
heard of that
and is
crocodile.
roughly 18 feet long. Even the professional crocodile hunters in the area fear him, which
Hell
may be why
yeah.
catching the murdering beast has become such a challenge.
He
Every
got
time
300
creature
under
is
his
sighted,
belt.
The death
He got
toll
300
shoots up
notches.
a little more. Even more crazy is the estimated age of this monster reptile. Scientists
about
say
100.
he could be anywhere from 60 to 100 years old, meaning he's an ornery old boy. It's no surprise that
By the way, I used to be a vet tech, so I know a little bit of things about some animals. Stay away from that one. You can pet that one.
he seems to get more violent with each passing year.
That's because he's
Shot at
getting
least
older
3
and
times
pissed
during
off more.
attempted captures, but bullets
Damn.
can't seem to kill him. No matter how many times he's blasted, he just comes back for more. In 2002,
That croc is built with a permanent middle finger for humanity.
the French hunter Patrice Fay tried to catch the croc. He built a massive trap that failed. Patrice told the BBC that he and his team placed the trap in the Ruzizi River, stuffed it with bait, and spent the whole night watching it. But Gustave wasn't so easily tricked. He also spent the night there, though he didn't go anywhere near the trap,
Hell no.
instead keeping his eyes on the hunters. Patrice claimed he got a good look at it, saying the crocodile is at least 3 times bigger than any other in Burundi. In the
Oh, wait. No wonder ain't no bullet. Y'all probably put a 30-30 shell in that bad boy and it react like a 22.
3 months Patrice hunted Gustave, the crocodile devoured no less than 17 people. As of 2021, nobody knows if Gustave is still alive or not, though people continue to be killed by crocodiles in Burundi. Number 7.
That's because there's a whole herd of Gustav's offspring waiting to chomp people. And them gators be learning. They share food. They do share food. So when somebody get dragged under, there's probably another gator down there eating that bad boy. You see all them little gators? There's at least 2 other gators in that bad boy. 17 people while the hunters was watching them? Man. That's wild. Well, no, at number 7, a rabid skunk on the loose.
Rabid skunk on the
Oh,
loose.
wow.
A rabid skunk
Rabid
just
skunk.
about killed someone in Meadow Lakes. City officials
Was that with the
recently had
smell
to
or with
remind
his bite?
residents to avoid all animals that are behaving strangely, especially skunks. The warning came after a woman was brutally attacked by a rabid
Look at him. He don't even look right. His stripe ain't even white no more. He look nasty.
skunk while minding her own business.
It's
She
pink
was
from
out on
blood.
a Sunday
Uh-oh,
taking
somebody's
her puppy for a
dog.
walk when the skunk appeared from nowhere just outside her fenced backyard.
He look all rabid. Look how wet his fur look. Why animals that are rabid always look like wet? And they be having a bead on you too.
In a frenzy, the skunk leapt at the woman, sunk its teeth into her, and tried to bite off her leg. She suffered at least 5 bites on her leg and ankle and had to take an emergency trip to the hospital. Her dog was okay, but it was a close call. It was especially scary since the skunk was feral. After animal trackers hunted the wild skunk down and euthanized it, they performed a rabies test. The test came back positive, with the Texas Department of Health Services admitting the skunk had rabies. The woman had to get shots inside of her wounds to prevent her from being infected.
Ouch. You gotta get it. First you got bit by a skunk. Now they gotta stick a needle in your skunk bite. And on top of that, it's probably stinging because I guess I would imagine rabies had some sting to it. Just because it's a bacteria or disease or whatever they want to call it. Disease. We'll go disease. That's tough.
Rabies can easily be transmitted to humans from animals through the saliva that gets into an infected wound, usually a bite. Believe it or not, this wasn't even the first time someone was attacked by a rabid animal in the area. Just a few months prior, another woman was attacked by a rabies-infested beast. It was a fox, and she also had a close call.
Ouch. Oh, it was like, oh, that's peroxide. Okay.
After the fox tried to gnaw her legs off. Number 6.
What is with the animals trying to gnaw your legs off? There'd be animals that got small mouths too, like skunks. Foxes don't get that big. Foxes are like a small dog. In most cases, there's some tall ones.
Burmese python. At a mall in Louisiana, a 12-foot serpent.
See, that's a no-go right there. 12-foot snake. I ain't afraid of snakes, but I ain't messing with that.
Was recently on the loose, threatening to eat pets, swallow children, and maybe even eat an old lady or two. The snake's name is Hare, a yellow Burmese python that managed to escape its enclosure at the Blue Zoo Aquarium inside the Mall of Louisiana.
Y'all got to stop having these damn zoos. Zoos are not, that ain't cool. The animal don't want to be locked up in no damn zoo. Why you think they keep escaping biting folks? Because they don't want to be there. Stop putting animals in zoos.
Anna, located in
I personally
Baton
don't
Rouge.
like zoos.
This wasn't a quick case of escape and capture like the rhino I told you about earlier. The search went on for days, and the danger was so real that the aquarium had to be closed. Burmese pythons are powerful predators and able
Yeah,
to
they
eat
are.
creatures way larger than themselves.
Yeah,
If
it's
the
a
snake
snake.
got hungry and saw an opportunity, like a
It
child
can swallow a
alone
human.
wandering through the mall, it could easily suffocate them with its powerful muscles and then eat them whole. Luckily, there were no fatalities this time. Kara was eventually discovered hidden inside a wall. Workers had to physically cut a hole in the wall to get the slippery snake out.
That's called, I'm moving the hell out of wherever the hell that is. Look at the sensors on the front of his face. The little brown spots. That's how they detect all your vital signs.
Though they neglected to mention exactly which wall the snake was extracted from. According to the aquarium workers, Kara likely escaped her exhibit by pure force of will, pushing herself through a corner of her tank with raw power. Since the escape, the aquarium has beefed up their security, adding night vision cameras and motion sensors. Next time a highly dangerous serpent gets loose in the mall, hopefully it won't take them days to catch it. Number 5. Camel running wild. In Collinsville, Oklahoma,
Camels.
a camel was caught running loose through the city on a Monday morning, inciting terror.
I've actually experienced this with llamas. So one summer day, me and one or two of the guys was sitting at the firehouse, right? Sitting outside the truck bay. Nice summer day. Just chilling. We look over it and it's like, llama goes by, running down the street. There's no traffic. This llama just runs by out of nowhere. We didn't see him coming. Don't know where he was going. But a damn llama ran by. And we just kind of looked at each other like, you saw that, right? That was what I thought it was, right? A minute later, another llama goes running by. We're like, all right, somebody pranking us or what the hell is going on? There's 2 llamas that ran down the street. Our chief at the time was a game warden. We didn't know he was in pursuit of these llamas. The second llama goes down the street. He comes pulling up to the truck bay where we're sitting there looking confused as all hell as why 2 llamas just went down the street. He's like, did you guys see any llamas come by here? We're like, yeah, we were wondering about that. What's going on with that? Little did we realize there was somebody who had pet llamas. There was like a llama farm or something like that where they do something with the fur or whatever they do with llamas. I don't know. We didn't have no llama rides. But then, yeah, there was a llama farm that was close. And the llamas had gotten out. And 2 of the llamas were running down the street past the fire department. That was a weird summer day. We didn't have any emergency calls for like 2 weeks that week, too. I remember that month. That was why we were sitting outside the freaking truck bay, because we didn't have no calls. We were sitting there like, okay, it's been a long stretch. Usually when you don't have any calls for like a long period of time at the fire department, within the next 3 of them, one of them is going to be a big one. A big house fire, a big emergency fire, some kind of accident or something like that. But it's always a big one when you go for a long drought. Anyway, that was my story on loose llamas. This camel just made me kind of think of that. I was like, yeah, I know what that looks like. I've seen that in person. I've done a lot of stuff in life.
Throughout the neighborhoods, the camel was
Some
spotted
crazy
running
stories.
around willy-nilly, seemingly with no owner and nowhere to go.
Just chilling.
It was literally just trotting through fields and along the side of the road. The local
Looking for
police
some
had no idea what
grass.
to do, nor did they
Yeah.
know just what kind of dangers the wild camel posed to the public. According to the sheriff's office, it's not that unusual for them to get phone calls about wild animals on the loose. However, a camel was something new. They didn't know how to wrangle it, but luckily they knew where it had come from. The cops reached out to the owner for help getting the camel back home. Apparently, the owner had no idea how the camel escaped. It was living on his property with his other camel friend.
Look at he
waiting to
just
start
chewing,
training so that
chilling.
The camel could appear in educational programs in the area and perform in nativity scenes for the local churches. But
Oh,
it didn't
boy.
want to be a puppet, and so it tried to run away from home like an angsty teenager.
Church ain't ready for that real camel action. They don't know nothing about no real camels. They just want to praise the Lord.
With the help of the owner,
That camel takes a
was
shit
taken
on that
home and
church
locked up
floor.
tight. It didn't even spit on anyone throughout the whole ordeal.
They'll be
Number
praising
4,
more than the Lord.
Nebraska bat attack. There has been a disaster
attack.
at the Nebraska Zoo. Officials recently had to tell their
Ooh-wee.
guests, a group of about 200 people who had simply wanted to look at some animals in a safe environment, that they should all get rabies shots because they were exposed to filthy, diseased bats. But that's not
Bat
all.
dung.
City officials warned
Bat
the
guano.
spectators of the Indiana Pacers and Los Angeles Clippers game that they may also have gotten rabies after a bat flew through
2012.
Baker's Life Fieldhouse. It seems that bats are everywhere these days, and they all have rabies. The affair at the Nebraska Zoo happened when a pack of wild bats infiltrated the aquarium and started flapping around near the guests. Approximately 186 people may have contracted rabies after coming into contact with the bats. According
Wow.
to Dr. Sarah Woodhouse, the director of
That's an
animal
outbreak.
health at the Henry Dorley Zoo and Aquarium in Omaha, it's very common for bats to get rabies in the wild, and very easy for them to pass it along to humans. These bats snuck right into the aquarium and attacked the overnight guests who were having a sleepover experience, ruining their night and causing more trouble as they all had to be tested. Number
Them
3,
bats playing that.
lizard escape. A large
Lizard
and potentially
escape.
dangerous lizard recently escaped from
Monitor
Little Lake
lizards,
Reptile
maybe?
Zoo in Ontario, Canada. The monitor lizard was reported at being nearly 4 feet in length. The
Monitors.
zoo actually took to Facebook to ask the public for their help in tracking the reptile down after it slipped straight through the front door and ran off into the concrete jungle of the city. Even though the zoo claimed the lizard wasn't dangerous, they still said nobody
A monitor lizard. They talking about this bad boy is not dangerous. Are you not stupid? She gonna stick her hand up by it. You better snatch your hand back from. Look at it. Got the big red Family Feud X on there. Don't do this.
should try to capture the massive animal. It might not attack anyone on purpose, as it would be trying to avoid humans, but it would definitely bite any stranger who tried to pick it up. And since
Yeah.
the lizard was
Reach
basically
right
a
around and
miniature
snap
Komodo
your ass.
dragon, that would be one nasty bite. This is
Yeah, it
one of those
would.
unfortunate
Bacteria
cases in which
filled.
the animal was never found. The huge lizard ran, hid, and then was gone. The only good news is that it's probably not dead, but living in the city underground somewhere, munching on rats and growing bigger, waiting to take its revenge.
Did she say good news?
Number 2. Pack
Oh,
of
2.
wild coyotes.
Oh,
A
that's
woman and her
bad.
dog recently survived a disastrous encounter with a wild pack of coyotes.
Yeah, that's
Happened
always
in the
bad.
California neighborhood of Woodland Hills.
Woodland
when a pack
Hills?
of
That
at
sounds
least
familiar.
12 coyotes appeared out of nowhere and tried to
I think
eat
the
woman
wife
and her
talks
pet.
about that sometimes.
According to local resident Michael Siebold, the coyotes have been a problem for years, and recently their numbers have doubled. And while residents have been wary of the coyotes, there were never any attacks until now. The coyotes actually showed up to Michael's front gate. It was his wife that became the victim of their violence. They broke the front gate, at which point the family dog took off down the street after them, barking. Michael's wife chased the dog, but when she got to the bottom of the street, there was a whole pack waiting for her. Luckily, one of the neighbors saw what was going on and came to help. Together,
With a gun?
they managed to scare the coyotes away, though not before they did some damage to the poor dog. The dog suffered bites and cuts on his back and paws, and all because he'd been protecting the woman from the coyotes. If not for the quick-thinking neighbor, the dog may have been mauled to death, followed by the unsuspecting woman. As for the coyotes, they retreated into the hills and have yet to be seen again. But they're still out there, waiting to eat the neighborhood dogs.
How long ago was that? I didn't catch how long ago they said that was. Yeah. Packs of wolves and packs of coyotes and packs of hyenas. Not good.
Number 1. Giant cobra. One of the most venomous
She said, giant cobra flashed to this picture of this dumbass reaching. You know how much that cobra can reach back and get some snap back on you? Man, what is these people doing? What is y'all doing?
Venomous snakes in the entire world.
He like, wait, who just touched me?
Out of somebody's house in India.
Oh, that's you around here?
Broke in and threatened to kill everyone inside. I'm talking about the legendary king cobra, the longest venomous snake on the planet. It's not clear how the horrifying snake got into the house, but it's not that surprising. Things like this happen all the time in India, with countless cobra encounters a year. In this case, the residents were lucky. They got a hold of the Forest Department's rapid response team, and an expert snake handler showed up to wrangle the creature. The officer was
This motherfucker snatched it like, ha-ha!
Recorded on video pulling the huge snake out from under a table. Absolutely fearless.
All up in the egg
Once
cartons.
he had the snake in hand, the thing even started wrapping its body around the officer, and the spectators gasped in horror. But
it didn't turn around and bite him.
He took the snake onto the rooftop, stuffed it into a special
This dude having fun.
And then took
he like,
it
I got
away
my
to be
stick.
relocated. He even posted a video later showing him releasing the snake back into its natural habitat. Hopefully the snake doesn't return to the house to seek revenge. Thanks for watching.
That's
What's the
a
craziest
no-go.
animal you've ever seen on the loose? Let me know.
Llamas. I'll stick with, what the hell is that? I'll stick with llamas. You see, what is the most bizarre creature found in Antarctica? We might have to hit that video up too. Whatever that thing is. Yeah. Llamas. Bahama llama. All right, y'all. Run them likes up for me. Can we get a little bit of HBO? Hit that subscribe. Hit that like if you like the video. If you want to see some more, hit me up with whatever suggestions you want to see or a video you watch you want me to check out or something like that. You know how, yeah, hey, we here to watch some stuff together. That's why it's called What You Watching? What y'all watching? Whatever version comes out of my mouth. They both work. All right, this is Aquarian OG, and we out till the next video. Deuce.